Hi everyone, my name is Gigi and welcome back to my channel. I said in a previous video I was going to make a video on things that truly helped me change my perspective in life and also help me become a more positive person. And I've made a physical list of everything that really helped me, and I thought I would share it with you all today, and maybe these things can help you too. A quick disclaimer before I continue and tell you everything is that every single person is different. So these things really helped me, and it took me a while to find the things that truly helped me. So these things might not help you, but I feel like a lot of these can help a lot of different people because they're very basic things, very easy things to do. They're not these out there intense therapy sessions that you need to go through. They're just simple things that over time add up and really help change your life without you even feeling like you're putting that much effort into it. The first thing I'd say that has to happen before you start any of this is getting to a point, or what I like to call the turning point, of your life. Now, this is the point that you realize you cannot continue going further with living the way that you are currently. This can literally be someone actually telling you they can't be around you because of the way that you're living. It could be a friend or family member no longer speaking to you because they can't stand the way that you're behaving about yourself. Or it could be a breakup or losing your job. Just something happening in your life that makes you so painfully aware that you cannot continue living the way that you are. This is the point that you realize that you either change something or you cannot live. And it is usually at this point where there's literally no other option, where you realize you have to change. And this was the case for me. I went through something where literally everything was placed out in front of me, where I realized all of my worst behaviors and habits. And when I was faced with that and I realized I wasn't living, I was just surviving my current life. And because of that, everyone around me was suffering. And I knew from that moment I had to do something different, or I was going to lose everyone I loved. There was people who were putting up with me, but they weren't enjoying being around me. They weren't enjoying my company. They weren't enjoying being in my life because of my own behavior. And when I realized that, that was the true moment for me where I knew I had to change. And you can do all of this stuff. You can do everything on this list. But if you haven't come to terms with the fact that you truly need to change your life, none of this will work. None of it. Now, these aren't necessarily in order, but the next one does follow the first one of that knowing your turning point, which is having the motivation to start. A lot of us will know that we need to change our lives, but that will just be a fact that we know, a statement we might say to ourselves, but then we never actually do anything. So for me, this was in the form of these types of videos. The types of videos that I make on my channel, where I'm giving you the facts, I'm giving you the brutal and honest truth about you needing to change and the behaviors you might be doing that are bad habits, that are affecting your life. And these types of videos really truly helped me, which is why I started making these types of videos, because for me, sitting down and listening to someone who has also experienced a similar thing, truly just telling me what I needed to know, the brutal truth, the things that I needed to hear to give me that boost of, no, I cannot live like this. I cannot continue like this. Why am I doing this to myself? When you're watching these types of videos, whether you're listening to videos, watching videos, podcasts, even TikToks, you know, those little motivational short TikToks, those things that you're hearing over and over again, if you get it into your algorithm, your For You page, and you're hearing it every single day, every time you're opening up social media, you're getting this information of you need to change, you need to stop doing this, you need to start doing this. Those types of videos give you that boost and give you that motivation to start. And I think that's really, really important when it comes to starting this whole process of becoming a better person. If it wasn't for the constant reminders on my Instagram reels and my TikTok and even watching longer form content like YouTube videos, I would not have gotten that push. And it's that push of hearing things from other people, but doing it yourself, consuming that content yourself, looking for that content yourself, that really pushed me to start going on my journey, and also the right direction for my journey. It is so easy to get lost on, well, I need to do this and I need to do this, and there's so many different things I need to do and fix and sort out in my head. You can get really overwhelmed. But when you're having someone almost explain to you the different things you can do, the different things that you can explore, it really helps guide you almost on your journey and really find things that truly help you. And that's why I'm making this video today, because I really wanted to compile everything that I found over the months of trying to help myself, what really worked for me, and what real simple things that you can do that aren't some crazy big experiment phase that will scare you and make you more lost even. One of the next biggest things that I did was change the way I talked about myself. Now, I saw this on a video that I watched from someone else, and it is something so simple as just correcting yourself. When you hear yourself talking about yourself in a bad way, literally stopping and thinking to yourself, or even saying it out loud, why did I say that about myself? What good is coming from me saying those things about myself? And when you correct yourself and say, wait, rather than saying I don't like myself, I'll say I like myself. Rather than saying I'm stupid, I'm not smart, I'll say I am smart. And at first, it's gonna feel like you're lying to yourself. It does. Coming from experience, it felt as though I was lying to myself and it was all a big joke. But the more you do it, the more you sit with yourself and correct yourself and literally call yourself out and be like, why am I doing that? Why am I saying that? What's the point in saying that? What am I getting out of being horrible to myself? You will correct yourself. And the more you do it, the more automatic it becomes. You talking bad about yourself is a habit you've taught yourself because you've done it so many times. So the more you stop and correct yourself and say, wait, no, I'm not stupid, I'm smart, I'm not ugly, I'm beautiful, the more your brain will start to just do it by itself. And before you know it, you're saying that you're beautiful without even having that negative thought. Once you start talking about yourself and naturally just feeling that way about yourself, you're going to open up so much more confidence within yourself and so much more security within what you do. Now, a physical exercise that I did that really, really helped me visualize who I wanted to be and the life I wanted to have is physically making a list of the dream you. Now, I don't mean completely changing yourself into a different person. I mean the dream version of you. What does that dream version of you look like? Does she have the same hair, the same body? Does she wear the same clothes? What does she do when she first wakes up in the morning? Does she have a coffee? Does she make a really nice breakfast? Does she go for a run? Does she do morning stretches? Does the dream version of yourself have a different job? Does she have her dream job? How does your dream version eat, drink? What habits does she have? What routine does your dream version of yourself have? You need to write this down in a long list. A long list of how she looks, how she feels, what she thinks about herself. The dream version of you is the life you want to have. The version of yourself you want to achieve. And you're gonna write down every small little detail. It's gonna take you a really long time, but I want you to go into every small little detail about the dream version of you. Once you've done that, once you have your long list of everything about the perfect dream version of you, I want you to make a list of the current you. The same exact list. What's your current routine? What do you currently look like? What do you currently do for a job? What are your current habits? And once you've done all of that, I want you to compare the two different lists, the current you list and the dream version of you list. And you will start to see the differences. That's how you know what you need to change in your life. If you are looking at these two different lists and they are vastly different, you know you've got a lot of work to do. You've got a lot of changes to make. But in making that list, you also know what changes you need to make. This is a great exercise of truly understanding what's one, important to you, and two, the things that you physically need to change about your life to truly become the dream version of yourself. And it's really, really important in this process to understand that you're not comparing yourself to other people. That is the worst possible thing you can do during this whole entire process of becoming a better person. You are not becoming another person. You are becoming a better version of yourself. This is about becoming the best version of you and having the best version of your own life. And if you're too caught up on trying to be other people and pull inspiration from other people, it's not going to work because that's not your true self. You are upgrading what is already in here. You just need to unlock it. Now, another thing that really helped me was doing what I said I was gonna do. So many times in life, I told people I was gonna do stuff, whether it was change my hair or try something new out in my wardrobe or travel to a certain country, get a new job, try new foods. Whatever it was, I always would tell people I'm gonna do this, but then I never did it. Even when I really wanted to, I never had that push to truly do it. And because of that, I limited myself so much because the things that were important to me, I wasn't doing. I wasn't progressing because I wasn't doing what I said I was going to do. So my biggest advice is to do the things that you said you were gonna do. If you really wanna learn how to drive, book it. Find a place that does it. Book it, get yourself in there, don't even think about it. The more you think about it, the more you're gonna put yourself off, and then suddenly you're not gonna do it anymore. When I started doing the things that I truly wanted to do and what I said I was going to do, the amount of confidence I felt actually achieving those things and doing those things and almost ticking things off my bucket list was amazing. And because I had that confidence boost, because I knew that a lot of these things I'd always told myself, hey, I can never do that, but I actually could, it made me feel unstoppable. It made me feel like I can do anything. Now, a great way to really aid everything else that you're doing is to learn. And I will always tell people, keep learning, keep researching, keep reading, keep watching videos, keep learning, because the more things you know about, the more methods that you develop on helping yourself, the more your understanding of yourself will expand. For me, I was really into reading books. I read quite a few books: Atomic Habits, How to Win Friends and Influence People, and The Mountain Is You. And these books really helped me understand a bunch of different things about my life and my own actions and how I react to other people's actions. And really getting that insight to why people do certain things and react certain ways really helped me towards making changes in my life when it comes to the actions that I do in the way that I speak. These are things that before I wasn't even aware of, or I didn't even put importance into because I didn't understand them. I wasn't even aware of them. That's why I will always say keep learning, keep exploring new types of books, keep reading into things that you might not have even been aware of before. Another really important one, and this was a massive one for me, and I know it is for a lot of people, is creating a safe space to experiment, to grow, to explore yourself. For me, this was my bedroom. I really needed to create a safe space where at the end of the day, I could really sit with myself in a calm, warm environment that felt safe to me, where I could read or manifest, journal, whatever it is, and just let myself feel, let myself explore. Having a safe space where you can truly feel you can relax and really delve into your mind and understand yourself through reflection. And even in the moments where you need an emotional release, where you need to cry, where you need to be angry, it's really important to have that space that is just for you, or at least a space you can go into that you know you can be alone at times and just truly let yourself fully relax. Like I said, for me, that's my bedroom. And for me, I needed to change how my bedroom looked to truly feel like I was safe and that this was a safe place for the new version of me. The new version of me that understood how I felt, how to process my emotions, and how to connect with what I wanted in life. That is all from me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any other methods that you think is really important that helped you in your own journey, please share them down below so everyone else can try them out too. And comment below any questions that you might have or comments on this video, and I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. But yeah, bye!